Hi and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. Well, if Christmas has been and gone, today's the 30th of November, so haven't literally been on here since I did my challenge of a Christmas card every day for the whole of November. So I hope if people have enjoyed that, if you just come across me, thank you. Well, today, obviously, I hope you had a good Christmas. We've got New Year around the corner, and I found a great use for this. You're probably going to recognize it quite easily. It's one of the lateral flow test boxes, okay, and that will fit. If I just show you first, this is my typical size cards I use, so you could fit in quite a few cards and envelopes. So this would be your little gift box. So we're now going to transform this into a lovely little gift box. So first of all I would do, where you've got your little hole there, I'll just literally pop a bit of tape over there. Okay, so that's now made it so it's not the hole. I don't think you'll find anything will stick to it. Now then, what we need to do is get some pieces of paper. This is actually one I've done earlier, which I could show you already finished, but I might as well show you the finished result and then show you a different one too. So this is the paper I've chose. This is literally A4 size. Choose any paper you've got. It's just run of the mill, not a bad thickness. I don't know what it is, but what we then need to do is cut it. But also I've got a fairly coordinating washi tapes. I don't think you know these particular. The reason I'm using these, which if you wanted to, you could use coordinating paper, make it your own, but this is just giving you an idea on something to work with. But what I like about it is I'm assuming, I suppose yes, you do get thinner and thicker, but this is sort of the typical sort of thickness. And so I'm using this because it makes it so easy. So what we're going to do first of all, okay, is start off, hope you can see, and I'll give it a nice little edge, which is absolutely fine. Okay, down to the corner, and that gives a nice edge both sides. Okay, along the bottom, again, push it down, and then we've got again to the top, and then I think this just tears quite easily. Tuck that in. Okay, so there we've already done the edge of our box. I think that sort of coordinates with that quite nicely. So now you can leave that tag on or not, entirely up to you, but I just thought I'm a lover of recycling things, and so this is, I think, quite a nice little idea. I was looking at it when we just done some, like we're all doing plenty of these flow tests, aren't we, over the Christmas period. My husband actually just tested positive yesterday. My daughter-in-law now has, but we all were negative Boxing Day, but now it appears we may have been carrying or whatever. Anyway, at the moment I'm okay, which is the main thing. Well, not the main thing, but anyway. But what I want to do now with this is cut this so it gives a little bit of an edge. Okay, so because I want to cut it that sort of size, I'm going to cut this down here. I tend to do a lot of things more or less by eye. That looks fairly nice. Quick. I've actually got a new cutter for Christmas, so that has given just that little bit of, the blade is getting a bit rough, I think. So we've got that there. Do you know what I actually might use? It's a new little one, but oh, this is rather lovely. This is a Tim Holtz. Had it as one of my Christmas presents. It's only tiny, but it's rather lovely too. So, and it's sharp. I've got a great big guillotine, but this is probably going to be really handy for those little bits and pieces. So again, you just listen to when this now. I've forgotten what size I want to do. Do you know what? I might actually do the back first. Can you see? It's just about, I want to give a little bit of an edge. So we're only going to take off, not much there, are we? So I'd say that look about right. Maybe just a little bit more. Oh, look at that. What a lovely cut. So you can now stick this. If you were now going to just use regular glue for that, stick it and then leave it somewhere so it dries, maybe weighted down, because we're doing the back and we're doing the front. Let's move that out of the way. As far as I know, when I've done this yesterday's one I did earlier, one sheet was enough. So that will be going on the back there. This will be going, I think I did exactly the same with this actually yesterday. That's going down, and I think the design, oh no, that's okay, I've got it the right way, because I think yesterday's, I just want to take a little bit off this again. Maybe I'll just, this is why. Let me just, I could actually cut a piece off there first and then take the edge off. That's fine. I did wasted a little bit there, but there you go. Always keep these strips because they're really handy for something else. I think I got this actually off Amazon. Yeah, took an order. I don't know if I've done it that straight. Right, let's have a little look. That go there, that go there. Another little bit off here. I tend to do things by eye, but if you're a person who likes to sort of mark it out and get it exactly right, that's fine. I'd like to think if you come through on my page, it's just giving you ideas and techniques. Some I've sort of learned the hard way with, and some you see where I wanted to leave it. See, I've still got to take a little bit more off of there, because you see that's slightly now. Lots of little bits left over with this. Hope it should be right. Okay, so there you go, because I just want to leave it with a little bit of a edge round there. So for easiness now, like I say, you could glue it, but I'm doing it with sticky back double-sided tape, and you could possibly put a little bit of glue underneath it as well. So two of my well, one of my daughter works for the NHS, so they sort of get lots of flow tests, but other people, I'm going to ask them to save me the boxes, because I think, well, see what you think at the end of this. I think this is quite a good little idea. But I was looking, I'm always doing this though, when I sort of, before I put things in the recycling bin, I'm thinking, oh no, can I use that for something else? What I'm going to do here is just put a bit of glue in between as well, and obviously the edge, I want to make sure it sticks. Right, that's there. Because if you can be a bit more patient, I'm trying to do it to show you, sort of, so you get to see the finished effect. But you can just use regular glue, smooth it down, put a bit something weighted on it, and then hopefully if your paper's thick enough, you shouldn't get any wrinkles. Okay, so let's get the box at the ready. There we go. There, that's that one. Now, oh no, I didn't cut up my other piece. Oh no, I then thought for a minute I'd cut up the wrong piece. This is then going on the other side, so same technique. So with this, just make yourself a nice tidy site. So again, Few strips there and there and okay. Again, I might just take these off, then put a little bit of glue on. This tape, I think, might be a slightly different tape I'm using, which is rather good because sometimes it's really hard to find the end. Anyway, let's have a little look. There we go. A little bit of glue in between because you want it to, you know, not curl up anywhere. These little bottles, cheap as chips, Amazon or eBay. Okay, so remember this is the back, so that's the front, that's the back. Try and put it up the right way because the flowers are all going one way. Make sure it's pretty much nice little edge. If you want to, you can cut it so it's exact, but I feel okay, so we've done the sides, do it in whichever order you want. We've done the back, we've done the front. Now what you need to do is do a score line, or 2 score lines as it is, to give it its top. So we're only talking, if you've got these same lateral flow test kits, this is only going in the recycling, and I just think it's a great way of reusing them. If I try and show you this, can you sort of see, we're only talking, it's like a couple of centimeters. Okay, so I've got one of these. You possibly can do it with something else if you so what I want to do is literally, I want to score line the edge there. So I'm going to try and put that so that I'll catch that just so at the edge. Okay, and then this next bit, to make it fold over, it was going to be 2 centimeters basically. So I reckon there. I hope it didn't then move, because if not, I'd be in the right place. And again, just back. Right, let's move this out of the way. Handy little tool this, it's called an Eek tool. And it come to do, be able to do envelopes too. Really handy for scoring things. But if you've got a bit of foam and a good strong ruler, you could do it on something like that too. Now with this, we literally need to, a little bit more awkward because you've got to try and score this so it's going to come over. Can you see? So this is the one that you really need to get so it fold over a bit better. That would hopefully just give it a nice strong edge. Okay, there we now have, look, we have this, I think that's, yeah, that's fairly okay. Nice, yeah, fit in there, gorgeous. Not finished yet though. So now what I'd like to do, you know, I always have a bag of, like now Christmas time when you get your new jammies, and if you have any t-shirts, dresses and things, I know they're meant to use them for hangers and things, aren't they, to sort of hang up in your wardrobe, but I actually cut them all out. So I collect up all these little bits and pieces, all ribbons, and keep them in the bag at the ready. Now I've mislaid the ones I was going to use. Worst case scenario, I can get another one out. Hold on. I thought I had one here somewhere. Oh, yeah, here it is. Just a little tip as well. I've got very short hair, to be fair. But if you've got hair straighteners, if you want to then just make sure it's got no crunkles in it, put it through some hair straighteners. So now what we're going to do, this is going to be going with a button box. just a regular button. If you haven't got a button, maybe you can use something else. But you might have on some of my previous videos, if you haven't looked back, this stuff I've bought in Poundland. I think it's in the do-it-yourself department. It's quite thick, double-sided tape, but I think brilliant. So take a little bit, and it really is pretty strong. So I only need sort of half that because you don't want to be able to see it. So waste not, want not. Stick that back on there because that's ready for another time. Then on the back of the button, put a bit of this other glue or others, double-sided tape would do, but this stuff, use what you got, obviously, is very good. Now we want to make sure this is pretty much in the middle. So there's that there. So bring it down to about, okay, a little bit of pressure to make sure. Okay, so there's the button. Now we're going to, this is going to be on here, so that's got to be folded down just to catch on there. Now I'll show you in a minute. I did one with the extra thicker ribbon, which it's really hard to know which one's best. But what we're going to do with this is on here, we don't need it. These sticky scissors of mine don't cut very well. Right, hopefully that's now long enough. So what I'm then going to do, hopefully, is with that other little bit of sticky tape, I hope it's long enough, because if not, again, make sure it's in the middle. Oh, I'm being an umpty, I put it in the wrong place. It's meant to be up here. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's then going to... it's not going to be quite long enough now. Isn't that annoying? Right, move that a little bit. Let me think. Right, I want to hold that on there. Obviously you might need to measure, that's going to fit on there okay, which is fine. Then it's got some double-sided tape, but what I was then going to do is to match up the sides. Mislaid it now. Here it is. I'm going to take this off first because I'll stick it. That I just thought by putting a bit of this extra strong tape that hopefully will last. Put in this. I would take it right to the end and then cut a bit off. Unfortunately that one hasn't gone quite to the end, but I can soon cut that off. And I would have generally taken that to the end. Push on this, give it a real sort of sturdy. And then there we have that. So that's holding it shut. Then just to pretty it up a little bit, here's some of, oh, I think they're stuck down now. You could put it on there or there. A flower or something. I don't know if that's the best colour in there. It might even be nicer with white actually to sort of pick up the box. But you could then pop a flower on there, which is what I'm going to do. Bit of glue on the back. Okay, what I would do if you've got odd pegs which I keep in here, I'd be tempted to put something like that on until it's dry. Now that's hooked on there. If you want to, it's entirely up to you, because that's stuck underneath there. You could, I think maybe looks better without. I can just take it off there a moment. Actually, just cut this literally where, without cutting my ribbon, where the score line is anyway, that was there originally. Okay, and that then fits round. So a very easy way, and here's one I done earlier. Just move all the stuff so you can see them well. So imagine that's stuck on there really well. Look at that. And as far as, you know, fitting, you could probably fit quite happily 4 cards with envelopes in there, maybe even 5. So good use of recycling, and a box pretty well made for you in the first place. So till the next time, take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers.